South Island Formula 1600 out on track, and as you can see, them all weaving from side to side to get a bit of temperature in those tyres. I was talking to some of the engineers last night. Those tyres seem to last forever. They do go off, but they do last a long time. So everybody looking for position. Here in your picture is the 114 of the man of the moment, Billy Fraser and Career Racing. Here's your grid. Billy on pole position. Jack Noble-Adams, who had a great run yesterday in the 75, is alongside him. Bailey Patterson had some repairs to do, but he's up and running. Kim Crocker, then Cameron Freeman and Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy also had some damage yesterday. They fixed it. Tony Graham and Anna Collins in 8th position. Then in 9th, it's Dyson Freeman. Zach Christensen, had a quick chat with him yesterday. He's been down the order, but he's up in 10th now. And then Oscar Noble-Adams, Steve Edwards, Dominic Robertson, Simon Spencer Bauer, then Ryan Lowe in 15th place. Robert Toshak is in 16th place, and Robert did a good job yesterday of getting through the field. Phil Foulkes in that older car, the number 71, in 17th position. Andy Downs, Stephen Heffernan, Noel Atley, who has been around here for a while for sure, Paul Dole, James Dicey, Stephen Silverton, and Keith Miller. A big field, good field, and a real variance of different cars for sure. We've got, I was actually looking at some of the different makes of car. Geordie Peters alongside me, and that's what I love about this. You've got a real plethora of cars that have been around for some 20, 30 years in some cases.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the great things about the Formula Ford formula, is that the cars are so diverse, and over the years, sure, the chassis have evolved, and we see there a Class 3 car, number 43, Class 2 car, I believe, and number 42, Keith Miller, in Class 1 car. Obviously the ages are varying amongst all the cars, the technology has evolved, but we still seem to get that great, close and exciting racing.
That Spectrum that you're looking at right now, one of the most modern cars, one of just 4 in New Zealand, and beautifully prepared, I may add, and it really is quite a different look, and you could tell the modernity. They've got the data collection as well. They've got all the latest specs in terms of suspension and so on, and a really nice slick bodywork too. In terms of the championship, Cameron Freeman, Jack Noble-Adams after that run yesterday is 2nd. Bailey Patterson still 3rd. Zach Christensen drops down from 3rd to 4th place, but he starts 10 and could go forward. Anna Collins is 5th in the championship, and Ryan Lowe is 6th. Kim Crocker looking for a good result from this one. Quite a lot of repairs going on last night when I wandered down the pits, but it's all part and parcel. Another Elite Academy driver there in Ronan Murphy. He's got that suspension. I don't know what happened to him, but he smashed that right front suspension yesterday. But the son of the great Greg Murphy is out there and ready to go.
Yeah, just had a chat with Ronan last night about what happened in that race, but he just said when that safety car was called, a few of the cars in front of him just checked up a wee bit and he clicked at the back.
Anna Collins ready to go, as we all are. Away they go, and a good start again for the 2nd time of asking for Jack Noble-Adams. He did it yesterday, he's done it again. He's got ahead of Billy Fraser, and the man who's sponsored, well, he's not actually sponsored, but his college, where he is, has given him some sponsorship on the side of the car. They let him use the gym, and he does all his preparation at college, and they put the name of the college on the side of the car. Why not? But a good start from him, the number 75, and away he goes. Billy Fraser will have to build again. Bailey Patterson getting a good start in the 86, and everybody cleanly through the first complex and down through Castrol for the first time.
Yeah, Billy Fraser again, he seems to get away nice in the national races and lead, but he's got his work cut out for him here now as Jack Noble-Adams gets in front. And Jack's no slouch either. He's a fierce racer, running in a slightly older car compared to Billy, and I'm sure he'll put up a good fight. Yeah,
Billy's doing double duty today. I mean, this weekend, he's been doing a lot of racing this weekend.
Yeah, they've made the long trip from Auckland all the way down to Invercargill, and they're here. They want to do as much racing as they can, get as many racing miles under their belt. At the end of the day, it's all about learning.
Can't blame them, can you? So, as they come across the line for the first time, Jack Noble-Adams in the 75. He did a 103.3 to get onto the front row. Here comes Billy Fraser, though. Fraser's got the run, and away he goes, and Patterson's thinking about the same thing, but into the lead goes Billy Fraser, and normal service is resumed here in the Southline Formula 1600s.
Yeah, Billy Fraser, he'll be wrapped with that. Now it's all about getting his head down, as we see Ronan Murphy just on screen. It's all about getting his head down now for Billy Fraser. Jack Noble-Adams, he's got competition in behind from Bailey Patterson. And it looks like a bit of a gap back to fourth.
I'm keeping an eye on Cameron Freeman in 5th place. Cameron leading the championship on 450 points at the moment, but 433 is Jack Noble Adams. So this could be a big day for Jack if he pulls it off.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be wanting to get as much ground as he can over Freeman and close up that championship deficit that he's got.
And as you can see, the field spreading out, but a huge field. It's great to see so many great drivers out there. There is Cameron Freeman in the 19, the championship leader, who hasn't really pulled up too many trees in the last couple of rounds, but he's been there or thereabouts, and that's why he's maintained his lead. Here we go again. More fighting, and this time it's Bailey Patterson, but look at Fraser, how much he's pulled away in that one lap. That's not easy to do in these cars, is it?
No, it certainly isn't, and he's managed to just break the toe from Jack there, but Jack's also caught up in his own battle with Bailey, so he'll be looking in the mirrors as opposed to with his eye.
Oh, Bailey!
Oh, risky, but that just allows Jack to get focusing back on chasing down Billy Fraser. He's not got anyone in his mirrors bothering him anymore.
I talked to Bailey, he had 2 offs yesterday, and one of them he touched tyres and went off into the gravel. That then led to him getting back on track, but what he didn't know was he got gravel stuck under the throttle stuck open, and off he went again.
Yeah, it's all those little 1%ers as we have a look now again at Bailey, just running wide on the exit of the corner.
Yes, he's got to pick up a bit of grass on dirt doing that, but I think he's okay. Good ride clearance on these cars. So, and look at Billy Fraser. He's laying down some laps, isn't he? 0.7 ahead. He's going to be more as they cross the line again. His last lap of 103.5. This time doesn't go quicker.
So he's extended that lead, but he's checked out now. He'll just be focusing on trying to maximise the car and make sure that he can replicate this. Quite possibly the team's used this as a bit of a testing exercise to try a few tune-ups on the car.
Any complaints by the drivers about the rubber down from the drifting or not?
Oh, drivers are always complaining, but a few of them, they certainly noticed it, but hey, they're all here to learn and they'll drive around it.
The all-blue machine of Kim Crocker in the number 5 in a good battle as well. And you can see, trying to hold off the championship. Trying to hold off Ronan Murphy, who is determined to get a result out of this weekend because he hasn't had a good start to his weekend. Not finishing yesterday. Yeah,
that was a bit unfortunate for Ronan, but he's out there to make amends, and he's in that battle for 4th now with Kim Crocker, one of the very experienced Formula Ford campaigners.
Yeah, and just behind him is Cameron Freeman, the championship leader. So it's a good battle here that we've got between these 3, if not 4, coming up. Freeman crossing the line, still holding that championship lead. Bailey Patterson losing a little bit of time. The gap 3 seconds to the leader, and Fraser really laying down some excellent laps now. His last lap of 103.272. So Fraser with his head down and pushing hard now and letting everybody else do the battling.
Yeah, and as we watch this battle for 4th, Tony Graham is buying into it. Ronan now looking around the outside, just letting Kim Crocker know that he's there and he's ready to pounce.
Yeah, tall figure is Ronan. We saw him out the car, obviously, once he'd crashed yesterday, and you can see. But interestingly enough, I was talking to one of the engineers, and they reckon they can get a 6'4" driver in these modern cars, at least. Somebody's... that's the Kiwi Motorsport Crosslink car of Paul Dold parked up, and that's not a good sight.
No, it's not, and it was actually Paul's birthday yesterday. He turned 74.
Oh, go on, Ronan. Whoa. Nicely done. Classic overtake. Dad would have been proud of that.
He would have been very proud of that. It's a great move from Ronan, capitalising there, grabbing 4th place. That'll be a highlight of his weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a classic overtake at Teretonga. Wait for the elbow, wait for your chance, go up the inside and don't lose the drive. That's the only thing you can't do. But now Ronan's under pressure again from Kim Crocker. But this is good racing. 4-way battle here into the loop. Meanwhile, Billy Fraser extending that lead, the gap 2.3 seconds now he leads.
Yeah, Billy's just checked out on the front, but this better back here as we watch the replay.
That's Dole going backwards. Ooh, he got lucky there not to get collected.
Yeah, very lucky Paul. It was his birthday yesterday, turned 74, and he's running the 74 on his car this weekend in recognition of that.
74, that's the beauty of it. What, Billy Fraser's hardly a teenager. We've got the full course yellow. Out comes the Supra, and that will change things again. And you've got to feel for Billy Fraser. He'd already built up what would be an insurmountable 2.5 second lead, and now he's got to do it all again.
Yeah, but I mean, that's all part of the learning experience. The gap will close up now. Jack will have another crack and put Billy hot on his heels, but they love it. They love racing. They prefer to have a race than check out by a couple of seconds. So, no, they'll be loving it, and I'm sure Jack will be reeling at the opportunity to have another crack at the race lead.
Any points for wheelies?
Well, I mean, why not?
He just got one there. A little bit of a bump over there, but here's the safety car. And by the way, I've been in that car. It is fantastic, especially when you're with a racing driver. I went round here with the expert on the track, whose car is out there, I may add, Bailey Patterson, driving Brendan Leach's original 1600. And really enjoyed going around the track with Brendan Leach yesterday. My thanks to him. And we're looking at the 27 also out on track. That's Dave McKenzie in one of the older cars, down in 25th place. But we concentrate on what Billy Fraser's going to do at the restart. I don't think they'll hold him for very long because it didn't seem like anything untoward, really, unless I didn't notice anything. They just need to move Paul out the way, really, don't they?
Yeah, they just need to get him out of the way there, ensure that he's nice and safe and the safety of the other guys out there isn't compromised. So they'll just tow him away nice and swiftly and we'll be back underway shortly.
Good crowd as always, and I think the excitement of this weekend has grown over the weekend, and they love their racing down in Invercargill, especially when it's nice like this. We're used to seeing a little bit of a rainstorm here and there, and we did get some rain on Friday night, but luckily we've only had a little bit compared to some years.
Yeah, exactly. The sun's out shining today. It's a beautiful day down in the deep south, and the crowd, I'm sure they're turning out in droves and they'll be loving it.
Like I said, you go into the first floor just below where our commentary position is, and it really is worth going in there because on the wall are all the drivers that have competed here, and I'm talking the greats, and they really are. Brian Redman, Jackie Stewart, they're all some of the really, Peter Revson, they've all come here and raced at Teretonga, and Kenny Smith.
Yeah, exactly, the Southland Sports Car Club.
Now listen, this is what I'm talking about. Look, there should be points for this. Degree of difficulty, 2.3. And whoop, see? There you go.
Yeah, a little bit of a wheel rub there. Luckily, it's not too big of an incident, and maybe...
you should get like 2 points at least for that.
Oh, I think so.
A bit of air.
I'm sure the championship
When I was a skateboarder, we always looked, for a
You're looking for the style points. I'm sure that Russ Noble, one of the series coordinators, will hand out a few points there for that little show that they put on.
Right, so let's get down to the business end because in a moment the lights will go off on the safety car and we'll be racing again in this full field of Southland Formula 1600, a tradition that has gone on for many a year here, and it's Paul Dold that's holding proceedings up at the moment, the old fella. So will he put 75 on the next year?
Oh, who knows? I'm sure if he's enjoying his racing as much as he is now, why not?
You know, that would be my ambition, would be to go out driving like that. I'd love to finish off your late 70s in a racing car. That's the way to go. Yeah,
it certainly is, and we hear from Ken Smith all the time. He's 78 now and lining up for his 49th New Zealand Grand Prix in a couple of weeks' time at Manfield.
Unbelievable. And by the way, if you haven't seen, Colette's getting ready. He's warming up, as are all the TRS drivers. They go through these sort of, effectively warm-ups where it's not about sort of getting physically warm, it's about getting your eye in, and so catching tennis balls and doing all that sort of thing. It's all reaction time, and that's what you need in a racing car. They're already fit. But yeah, Kenny Smith's documentary is out at the moment, and I think they're showing it in Invercargill this week, and they'll also be showing it in Auckland and Manfield as well, and North Palmerston North, excuse me. And I think it's, I think all people are telling me, including Kenny, that he really enjoyed it. That was all I cared about. If Kenny liked it, then I'm in.
Yeah, I've managed to have a sneak preview, and it is very good, and it's certainly something that every New Zealand motor racing fan wants to check out.
I think Kenny was in this field last week at Highlands, and I think driving one of the cars that's out there again now. And what I love about this series, if you go around the paddock, they all have these little placards that they put out, and they give you the history of the car, whether it's early 90s or early 2000s, and you can get a history, and who's driven it as well, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. There's very proud history amongst Formula 4, especially the South Island Formula 1600 series. So they love knowing the history of the cars, who's driven them, and there's certainly some big names who have driven some of these cars.
Yes, and I said it yesterday, if you want to know why New Zealand has such a depth of great racing drivers at the sharp end of motor racing, you only need to look at Daytona this weekend for the 24 hours to see how many great Kiwis are involved there, or WEC, or any of the singular formulas, and it's because they all start here. Here we go then, the restart about to get underway. In comes the safety car. And Billy Fraser, who had already built up a 2.5 second lead, has got to do it all again. Line astern, they come across the line. Jack Noble Adams looking for a result. Not a long time to go, just the 3 laps to go. And Ronan Murphy senses an opportunity here. He's not far away from a podium. If he can get his head down, he can turn around this weekend. He's in 4th at the moment, but it's Billy Fraser who holds the lead. Bailey Patterson in 2nd place and Jack Noble Adams, in 3rd place, and Jack Noble Adams in 2nd.
Yeah, talking to Ronan yesterday, he was a bit gutted that he didn't get an opportunity to test his speed out in that Formula 1600 race, so he's up now into 4th place and looking to grab 3rd off Bailey Patterson.
And I know that Gary Orton's got a watchful eye on him. That is the Kiwi Motorsport man, because there's a lot of talk, rumours that maybe he's going up. Oh, here we go. Jack Noble Adams had a look then down at the elbow. Can't quite do it. Coming up to 2 laps to go. Fraser holding on, but he hasn't been able to get away as he did earlier on. And at the moment, Jack Noble Adams is doing what he did yesterday. Way, where are you going? No points, no wheelie, doesn't get it. Here comes Jack. And here he comes side by side with, but I think, yes, Billy's got the advantage. The career racing 114 continues to lead here, but there's still time for Jack Noble Adams to have one more run at him.
Yeah, Jack just seems to not be able to quite get it done down there at 1, but he'll line it up elsewhere as we look at the battle for 3rd now. Bailey Patterson and Ronan Murphy. Yeah,
Ronan Murphy all over the back now of Patterson. Patterson having to repair the car after 2 offs yesterday, but he's fettled it well, and so has his team, and he really wants this podium. But Ronan Murphy, having not finished himself, gets some big oversteer there in 4th place, coming through the hairpin, but holds on to it casually. And back to the elbow come the leaders. What a way to finish this one. Just behind is Kim Crocker in the number 5 in 5th place. The Fowler Homes man, though, Bailey Patterson, looking for a result. And here come the leaders. Billy Fraser about to start the last lap. It's been a fantastic month of January for Billy Fraser. Hasn't really lost a race, I don't think, in the month of January anyway.
No, he's got an exceptional record going through at January at the moment. He's still out in front there. As we see Bailey Patterson still sitting in 3rd with Ronan Murphy hot on his heels.
Time running out, though, on what has been another cracking race, slightly disrupted by a car going off, Paul Dowd slowing things down, but here comes Jack Noble Adams. He's almost side by side with Billy Fraser. He's running out of time, though, but he's getting desperate, and he's got to be careful not to lunge too early because he can lose the impetus. It's a flowing track, this. You don't want to push too hard and then lose out, because Billy Fraser is nice and smooth as they go through, out of the hairpin and down towards the brickyard for the last time. Just the elbow to come now. Can Jack Noble, and oh no, big off, and it's the 77 of Steve Edwards, one of the competitors in the dirt, but 2 involved. But here comes the winner, and it's going to be Billy Fraser again, and Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, but he just can't jump over Billy Fraser, because Fraser's going to win again. And Jack Noble Adams takes 2nd place. Bailey Patterson will take 3rd. Ronan Murphy hangs on to 4th place. He couldn't make the move, and a proud granddad. Ronan Murphy's granddad looking on and nodding happily that he knew he was on camera. That's great stuff, but he can be proud of that. That's a good turnaround after yesterday.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that to finally get a decent result there with Ronan. They were a little bit disappointed after yesterday, so they'll be very, very happy.
Well, Billy Fraser, we are looking at a phenom, another youngster coming through the ranks, another Liam Lawson perhaps, who knows? But this is where the likes of Liam Lawson and Scott Dixon and, well, Van Gisbergen, you name it, they all started here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
trying to work out which the grey and black car is. Either way, here's the result of our Southland Formula 1600. Billy Fraser wins ahead of Jack Noble Adams, a really close race. Bailey Patterson holds on to 3rd, Ronan Murphy 4th. Kim Crocker takes 5th place, Cameron Freeman in 6th, Tony Graham is 7th, Anna Collins finishes 8th, Dyson Freeman is in 9th position, and Simon Spencer Bauer rounds out the top 10. Then in 11th, it's Dominic Robertson, Robert Toshak, Stephen Heffernan, and then Andy Downs, James Dicey, Noel Attlee, Phil Fowkes, Keith Miller, Ryan Lowe, and Greg Inwood. That's the top 20 of our Formula Ford. Well, it finished with some drama. Here are the highlights then of our Southland Formula 1600. A good start from Jack Noble Adams. He took the lead ahead of Billy Fraser. And Fraser would eventually get into the lead, but there was still a little bit of more driver to come. Bailey Patterson vying his way for a third place. And just behind, Bailey Patterson getting onto the grass for a moment anyway. And just behind the number 19 of Freeman, the championship leader. And he'll probably maintain that lead at the moment. Jack Noble Adams doing a really good job. There's Paul Dowd. That brought out the safety car. And then we went to a restart. Ronan Murphy did a really good job to get up to fourth place. And away we go. At the end, though, it was all Billy Fraser. Billy Fraser not really showing any signs. Well, a little bit of a jump, but no problems. Billy Fraser coming towards the line as they restarted. And just behind him, Jack Noble Adams could do nothing. And eventually, another off. And there will be one more incident before the end of the race. Last chance then will for Jack Noble Adams. He just can't quite pull it off. And Billy Fraser holding on for another excellent victory as Paul Dowd is towed out of the way. So, good race. My thanks to Geordie Peters coming in here and talking Southland Formula 1600. Always good. Those two cars that were beached here at Invercargill at Teretonga are going to be cleared away before the racing continues. The road opens, the famous road here, so everybody can get across. And there's Stephen, and it looks as though he's chatting away. Stephen, down to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Got Billy Fraser here. Can you be beaten this weekend?
Yeah, they kept me honest, to be honest. Yeah, Jack drove a great race, and I saw that I had a little bit of a gap before the safety car, but yeah, those last 3 laps were definitely exciting.
I got to ask the question. I mean, I know you did a little bit of testing here at Teretonga. Has it helped coming into the race weekends?
Yeah, to be honest, it's a new track for me, so every session we're just trying to work on the car and get a little bit faster as a driver. So yeah, we're just getting faster and faster.
I don't want to put any pressure on you, Billy, but a lot of people are wondering, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think next year the goal is definitely to do TRS. So yeah, learning the tracks such as Teretonga to get ready for that.
All right, mate, well done.
Great, thanks, Steve.
There goes Billy Fraser, not big bad Billy, he's very fast Billy. Jack Noble Adams, I think, came in second position, driving the old University of Canterbury car. Mate, good points for the South Island Championship for you.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the points collected. It's getting very tight between us. I think it's 10 or so points between me and Cameron Freeman, who's in first, so I'm getting there.
How encouraged were you by the performance of the car to be able to push Billy? Because he said you were all over him.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. To be able to keep up with a guy who's winning the national championship races, it just feels amazing.
All right, Jack, well done. Now, where's Bailey Patterson? Bailey Patterson, of course, also as well. Good points for the championship, Bailey.
Yeah, unfortunately, yesterday we had an issue with a wheel clash with Jack, and then at the end of the race there, a stone got stuck under the pedal and put us into the wall. But yeah, good back today. Car's not quite right, but it's getting there, so that's the main thing.
What do you think needs to be done to the car to make it right?
At the moment, it just needs grip, a lot of front end grip. It's just a bit unstable, which is a big issue, but we're trying to work around it, so yeah.
Well, P3, mate, nothing wrong with that.
No, at least we're on the podium, so we're going in the right direction, so yeah.